All right, we turn now to CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small with more on the potential government shutdown, the other big story happening in Washington today. So, Taurean, good to have you on again. Where do negotiations stand after today's meeting between President Trump and congressional leaders?
Well, Tom, it appears we're no closer to averting a government shutdown. I mean, from the vice president's own mouth, he says that it looks like we're headed in that direction because of what he sees as Democrats' unwillingness to compromise. Democrats, however, are pushing back, saying that this hasn't been a bipartisan process, and they're not buying the idea that this continuing resolution is as clean as Republicans are saying. What Republicans are asking for is just funding to get us through November 21st. 52 days to negotiate what type of appropriations they're looking for, them being Democrats, in the full spending bill that would keep the government open beyond that. What Democrats are saying, they need guarantees. They want to assure that ACA tax cuts are part of the conversation. They also want to guarantee that the White House or Republican leadership won't claw back through the process known as rescissions some of the changes that they're asking for. As of now, Democratic leadership say that they feel there may be some daylight between President Trump and Republican leadership on this. However, it is ultimately at the decision of Republicans in the Senate to decide whether or not they're willing to wiggle on any type of proposal from Democrats. Tom, we have until tomorrow to get something done. If not Wednesday, we could be looking at that government shutdown.
Yeah, we are all watching the countdown clock dwindle as we speak. Now, the White House has also threatened to lay off federal workers if a shutdown does happen. So what more do we know about that, Taurean?
Well, we know that the OMB director, Russell Vought, was a part of this conversation. However, we didn't get any clarity either from him or from Democratic leadership on what exactly would happen if the administration moves forward what it's calling the reduction in force. Usually, just a brief explainer, when it comes to these shutdowns, employees or personnel are furloughed. They are temporarily let go, but offered back pay once the government is funded again. This is more finality. This means that these employees impacted by this reduction in force would be fired. No explanation of who could be potentially impacted by that, but we're still waiting to see what both sides have to say about the future of that and whether or not that is just a negotiating tactic that Democrats believe the Trump administration is looking to use in these negotiations.
Taurean Small reporting from Capitol Hill. We appreciate it, Taurean. Thank you.